Hello, dear soul. Take a moment to settle your heart and spirit. Wherever you are, whatever weight you may be carrying today, know this: you are not alone. The angels have gathered around you softly, silently, with the warmth of eternity in their wings. They have chosen this moment and these words to reach you, not by chance, but by divine intention. What you are about to receive is more than a message. It is a sacred unfolding, one that your soul has long been waiting for. So take a breath, deep, slow, and let it gently guide you into stillness. The angels see you. They know your strength, your sorrow, and the quiet hope you've been nurturing all this time. Your life is about to change. Stay connected with God's voice. Subscribe now if you believe in Jesus. There is something you felt for a while, something unspoken lingering in the space between heartbeats, a sense that your special person, the one whose energy has remained close to your soul, has been carrying something heavy, something they've been too afraid to say, yet too haunted to forget. The angels are here now, because that moment of truth is finally nearing. They want you to hear it in the sacred stillness before the storm, from a place of peace and inner strength. Your person has reached a turning point, one where silence can no longer protect them, and fear is no longer strong enough to hold back what's been buried. They've been holding back a truth, dear one, and not because it was small. In fact, it's something that once felt too big to face. This truth has been a shadow on their soul, one they've carried in secret, hoping it would fade or disappear with time. But it didn't. Instead, it grew heavier. And now, with every passing day, they fear someone else may bring this truth to you first. Someone who does not hold your heart in tender hands. Someone who might speak it with cruelty instead of compassion. That fear, more than anything, has shaken them into action, because the thought of you learning this truth from anyone else has become unbearable. Nobody is sending super thanks. Be the first to step forward in faith. Your miracle is waiting. Your person is beginning to realize that only you deserve the truth, because only you have loved them through the storms, stood by them in silence, and believed in them when they couldn't even believe in themselves. They see now how deeply you've cared, and it has pierced through the walls they spent years building. This isn't about drama or confession for the sake of guilt. It's about choosing to honor you in the way you've always deserved. It's about facing what they once ran from, and finally offering you the clarity they never had the courage to speak before. This is their moment of reckoning, and you, brave, beautiful soul, are at the heart of it. For so long, they thought they could hide it, that if they smiled enough, said all the right things, and kept moving forward, the past would stay behind them. But it didn't. It followed them in the quiet, in the places where your love made them feel seen. It whispered in the background every time you asked a gentle question, every time your eyes searched theirs with trust. And now that truth is demanding to be revealed, not because they've mastered the perfect words, but because they can no longer live with the silence. They can't bear the idea of you hearing it from someone else, twisted and torn from its roots. Send a super thanks to support this message. Your faith in action brings heaven closer. There was a moment, a choice, that changed everything. A decision your person made not just against you, but against their own spirit. Perhaps it was a betrayal, or a connection they thought would protect them from pain, but only led to deeper regret. They convinced themselves it was necessary, that it was what they had to do. But now, With the clarity that time and reflection brings, they see the cracks that formed from that moment forward. And it hurts even more because they see you, your loyalty, your love, your unwavering belief in them. And they know they didn't deserve it then. Yet you gave it anyway. The truth they are preparing to reveal is connected to something they never wanted to talk about. An ending, a story, a scar. Something they hoped you would never ask about, and something they tried to pretend never happened. But the angels see that even silence has its weight, and the longer they carried it, the heavier it became. Now they are standing at the edge of a choice. Continue pretending and risk losing you entirely, or finally step forward with honesty, no matter the cost. And that cost is great, because they know this truth could shake you. Not because your soul didn't sense something, but because the depth of it may be more than you imagined. This is not just a donation. It's your way to bless someone in need. Send super thanks to help the poor. The angels gently draw you deeper now, into a space of quiet understanding. You've heard the whisper of the truth approaching, but what they want you to know next is even more sacred. This isn't just about revelation. It's about the energy behind it, the emotion that's been building like a tide, just waiting for the right moment to rise. Your person, the one who carries this truth, is not stepping forward from a place of pride or calculation. They are approaching with trembling hands and a heart full of fear, but also of hope, because they want more than just to be heard. They want to be understood, and most of all, they want to be seen, truly seen, by the one who knows their soul. Words are easy. Faith needs action. Super thanks is your proof of trust in Jesus. They are not coming to you the same way they once did. This version of them, the one preparing to open up, is someone who's been stripped bare by life. Someone who has walked through emotional fire and emerged with scars they can no longer hide. They've begun to realize that healing can't happen without truth. And now, with every ounce of courage they can muster, they are ready to step out of the shadows and into the light of your gaze, not just because they owe you, but because their heart longs for something real, something sacred, something that only love, true, raw, vulnerable love, can offer. The angels have witnessed their transformation, slow and painful though it has been. They saw the nights this person cried in silence, punishing themselves with memories they couldn't erase. They watched as this soul turned inward, questioning everything, especially the way they treated you. And in that reflection, they saw something more than regret. They saw awakening, the realization that you were never the problem, that your love wasn't too much. It was the mirror they weren't ready to look into. And now, that mirror has become their path to redemption. They want to face it, not because they're perfect, but because they are finally ready to stop running. God sees your giving, even when no one else does. Send super thanks and sow in faith. It's strange, isn't it? How the ones who hurt us can also carry so much sorrow. Your person never set out to break you, even though their actions may have caused deep wounds. They were lost, battling storms within themselves, trying to outrun a pain they couldn't name. But something about your love anchored them. Even in silence, even in separation, they felt your energy, and it haunted them in the best way. Because while others moved on or forgot, you remained. Not because you were weak, but because your love is deep, rare, and spiritual in nature. the kind of love that doesn't dissolve with distance. This message found you for a reason. Support through super thanks and answer the call. And now, that love is calling them back, not just to you, but to the version of themselves they buried long ago. The version who could still feel, still care, still dream. Your energy, even from afar, has been a lighthouse, and that's why they're returning. Not as someone who wants to repeat the past, but as someone who wants to rewrite the story with truth, with humility, with genuine remorse and deep reverence for what you shared. They know they can't erase what happened, but they believe something sacred can still rise from the ashes, if only you're willing to listen with your heart, not just your ears. The angels want you to prepare your heart, not just for the pain that may come with the truth, but for the healing that is waiting behind it. They want you to know that you have every right to feel everything, the hurt, the confusion, the anger, and yes, even the hope. You don't have to decide anything right away. This isn't about rushing into forgiveness or reunion. This is about truth and emotional liberation. You deserve answers. You deserve closure. And you deserve the freedom to choose, knowing all the pieces at last. No more guessing, no more wondering, just clarity, pure, blessed clarity. When you believe, you receive. Subscribe, type AMEN, and send super thanks today. Your person may not have all the right words. They may stumble, cry, or struggle to express what their heart has held back for so long. But what matters is their sincerity. The energy they carry now is one of softness, an openness that wasn't there before. They are not who they were when they walked away or when they hurt you. Life has changed them. Your love has changed them. And now they are hoping, praying, really, that you can feel it. That even if you can't fully forgive them today, you might at least see the soul behind the mistake. A soul that still loves you, fiercely, deeply, and truly.